My name's Philip Smith. I'm the CLC Product Manager for Carrfields Grain and Seed. My day-to-day role is introducing new varieties and maintaining the varieties that we have in our stable at the moment. But it's involving working with breeders in the UK and Europe, England, France and Germany, going and seeing their germplasm, finding anything that may be suitable for the New Zealand market, then bringing it out to New Zealand in our conditions, trialling it on small strip trials, then extending it into larger field trials. And when we find a place and an opportunity for a specific need or a variety which we think can benefit our growers, we modify it and introduce it into the New Zealand market. The exclusive grain group is part of our business with Carrfields and growers and John Blackman, our breeder in UK. So there's nothing exclusive about the members who actually join that group. It's basically the exclusive arrangement where the grower has access to John Blackman and his material. So what we do is that once we trial, and we have 2 trialling sites in North Canterbury and South Canterbury, and once we find a variety which we think has got a place in the market in New Zealand, we trial it, bring it into their farms and then sort of produce a variety or a product which suits each growers in each different growing situations. John has been probably breeding in New Zealand for over 20 years, alternates between us obviously here and back in the UK. So everything we have here has been trialled in New Zealand and bred in New Zealand for over a long period of time. So anything that isn't suitable for us is weeded out quite early, and everything that we do bring to the market we know has got a place and has been proven here in New Zealand.
How many growers do you have throughout the country?
At the moment the group is running around 90 members. As I say, that's spread from North Canterbury right down to Southland. We have a couple of people we're starting to trial in the North Island, which is quite small at the moment. But the majority are in mid-south North Canterbury, and also have a group in Southland. John is an amazing man. He's probably one of the only breeders, I think, to my knowledge, who actually has bred a world record wheat and barley. Very rare if somebody can do that. And so John bred this variety, selected in New Zealand probably 6 years ago, and it was trialled mainly in North Canterbury, and then we introduced it to New Zealand. It's specific to New Zealand. The variety isn't registered in the UK or Europe. Although it's got some material from UK, it's only bred in New Zealand. So there's a specific variety, winter barley, that performs extremely well in New Zealand. It has specific growing characteristics which the growers are educated, and we take them through step by step with John's input on each growing stage, planting, plant numbers, plant health, insecticides, fungicides, growth regulators and nitrogen use to maximise the potential what this specific variety can do.
But leading up to it, there was quite a number of years planning went into it. It just doesn't happen overnight. It basically starts with our cultivation techniques, what we do with our residues, and then the previous years to that we were getting quite substantial yields with that variety of 776, so that's when we decided we'd have a look and see if we can, or if there was a barley record. There was, so that's when we decided we were going to have a go with it. But there's a lot in it. It's just not a matter of just going out and picking a paddock and going for it. You've got to follow guidelines, and you've also got to strike the right year to do the attempt. Sort of leading all into it, and then selecting the variety that we use, the 776, from the exclusive grain group and Canterbury Seeds in those days, now Carrfields, and then getting other people on board to advise us with our agronomy, specialists in every field relating to the growing of the crop, right through to the harvesting equipment at the end of it all, getting all that together. And the perfect season we got there. We're coming up for the European harvest. What's happening over there I'm not too sure. But I guess I would say within a year or two in here in New Zealand there'll be other people or other farmers will have a crack at the attempt the record. With what we've learnt from the record, we're now trying to increase our yields on our commercial crop, and I think we are on a rising plane with our yields there. But I feel within a year or two that even our commercial crop, plus our new agronomy techniques, new breed varieties coming through, I think that their record will be quite easily broken. Our record was 13.8 tonne. I can see within 5 years that 14.5, 15 tonne is quite achievable within our barleys.
Canterbury seed's been around for well over 100 years, based in the Canterbury Plains, and our transition into a new branding of Carrfields Grain and Seed gives us the ability to work over the whole of New Zealand. We have a availability of cereal varieties, grasses, pastoral varieties, which we can distribute over the whole of the country. Exclusive Grain Group, based in the Canterbury region, is a source of varieties, especially bred for the New Zealand environment from our breeders from England, and they're varieties which we've certainly seen work well in regards to yield and suitability. And it's not just the varieties that are offered here, but it's also the technical expertise given by our arable specialists throughout the region, which monitor these crops throughout the whole growing phase, and mean that we can get the best potential out of those crops going forward.
The grain industry obviously has its ups and downs, and we're probably slight down at the moment, but the only way we can actually make this more profitable for our farmers is to have a variety and species which perform well and maybe can produce high yields with relatively low inputs. So that's our main goal all the time, is striving to get a variety which can maximise yield and also limiting inputs. So anything which is susceptible to disease or insects obviously doesn't make the grade. So we're always looking for something out of our nurseries and trials that can maintain a high yield with relatively low inputs to maximise the return to our farmers. And I think with this exclusive program, we can select these varieties and bring them very quickly to our farmers in New Zealand is the real massive advantage of the E-Group, whereas we're not waiting for a long breeding program or multiplication program to get a variety there. If we see something we like, we can multiply it amongst ourselves very quickly and get it out and show it to our growers and get it out there as quick as we can.